So Brian, when you start a new subdivision or a new project, how do we align in that as well? How do we help you with that project?
Yeah, so depending on the development, if it's one of the developments that we've been able to get in right on the front end prior to development being finished and done. But basically when we do what we call releasing the house, Kelly, ProChem, she's on an email. And she checks to verify if the lot has been injected. She'll send over an injection date. We have a system now that we can there is actually a spot in our system that says date injected. We actually go in there and plug that date in. But basically, even if it's not a lot that we've already injected, so we send it over to Kelly. And most of the time, I'd have to say we've got an injector in that subdivision. If not, we'll have to move it. And then she comes in and does a process, chemical injection. And then that allows us that once that's done, that whole time, though, we're going through the permitting process normally. So if all works out right, by the time she's done with the injection process, we have our permit, and there's not really any delay. Very rarely do we ask her to move from one street to another street because of the way we like to build houses going down the street. But the process is pretty simple. We start a house. Kelly confirms whether it's been done or not. If not, she moves in. We get a date back. It's logged. We have a big boardroom that has all of our subdivisions on it.
The board,
we go in and put a black dot on it, and it doesn't matter who you are. If you know that black dot means injections, and that means the lot's been done. I mean, it's a no-brainer.
It takes all the guesswork out of it.
It does. Someone
you
could
just walk in, you got that visual right there.
And when our office goes to start releasing houses, there's a lot of times our CFO will go in there and decide he wants to start houses, and the first thing he's going to look for is which ones we started are injected, because that tells him that I can get going today.
Right.
And he doesn't have to wait for the injection process, moving equipment in. So it works out good. We've formed a good team.
Yeah, it sounds like y'all minimized a lot of delays and ramped up your production of doing those best practices. So
well, what it's done is it's just made us be able to start sooner.
Yeah.
As opposed to in the years in the past where we weren't getting in on the front end and getting as many lots injected. It'd be okay. We're going to start these 3 houses. And if they've not been injected, well, that's a whole process. It could be a week of transport time before y'all can get one there. And it could be a week of injection time. And I understand we're going through permit process all at the same time, but some cities are 3 days on a permit.
Yeah.
So I may be ready to build, but so it's just allowed us to literally go.
That's good to hear.
Instead of slowly go.